Greetings, everybody! I've recovered from my breakdown at the end of the Sonic 265 review, and ready to review Sonic Boom, the comic series. What is Sonic Boom, you may ask, besides the American song for Sonic CD or the fan convention? Well, for those who don't know, Sonic Boom is a new branch of the Sonic the Hedgehog franchise more akin to Western audiences. This spin-off includes a cartoon series that will air on Cartoon Network, 2 video games, Rise of Lyric for the Nintendo Wii U and Shattered Crystal for the Nintendo 3DS, and, as mentioned earlier, a comic series, made by the same team as the other 2 Archie Sonic comics. And before you say anything, yes, Ian Flynn is the writer. Hey, the guy's gotta eat. So without further delay, let's dive into issue number 1. We start, well, after this little introduction courtesy of Styx the Badger, with Sonic battling one of Eggman's giant robots, and this Sonic is just as much of a show-off as his mainstream counterpart. Tails arrives to assist, but gets distracted by the robot's construction, even asking Eggman about its power source, and no, Eggman, it's Gigawatt. You failed the Doc Brown School of Science forever. Knuckles is nearby, ready to smash the robot, but he himself gets smashed. Amy arrives and chastises Knuckles on his actions. Then she devises an attack plan. Knuckles and Amy strike the robot's knees as Sonic and Tails attack the cockpit. It works as the robot's defeated. And Sonic, why are you using Knuckles as a surfboard? Whatever. The robot itself backstrokes back to Eggman's base. Stick emerges from the jungle, and after some fourth wall breaking, she informs the group Tails' house has been robbed. Not in terms of breaking in and stealing items, but the entire house. Amy, the grammar Nazi. Styx explains a cyborg rock golem took the house, and Sonic questions Eggman's logic. Well, it's standard Saturday morning cartoon villainy logic there, Sonic. So they need to figure out how to get Tails' house back without destroying it, and Knuckles is not helping. Even Amy's attempt to explain the situation is lost on the Big Oaf. I don't blame her for smashing his head open, or at least trying to in this case. Styx sniffs the ground with the assumption that she's tracking the golem. No, she just likes the grass smell. But the golem left obvious tracking signs. Wow, Amy, you really love to harp on Knuckles, don't you? Oh yeah, the rock golem. Tails is relieved that everything inside's intact, and Knuckles is again not being helpful. Sonic tricks the golem to follow him because Hedgehog Priority 1. Boy, Amy, and as a matter of fact myself, is getting tired of Knuckles' stupidity. Now don't get mad, Knuckles, it's true! When the rock golem approaches, the team smashes it to bits, restoring Tails' house back to its spot with some new lawn additions. The next day at Eggman's base, oh hi Orbot and Cubot. Orbot answers the front door and Knuckles has arrived to team up with Eggman. Dun dun dun! You can tell that this series is going to be goofy and fun by this issue's plot. Tails' house was stolen by a robot and used as a hat. It's ridiculous, but works in the context of the Boom universe. It also has the feeling of the main comic's early issues. Take the name logos, for example. A deliberate homage? Not to mention some fourth wall breaking. Now let's talk about the characters. Again, since this comic takes place in the same universe as the cartoon and the games, I assume that their personalities are similar among the various media. But for now, I'll just focus on what I saw in the comics, okay? First, we have Sonic the Hedgehog. And he's pretty much like his mainstream counterpart, like I stated earlier. Fast, cocky, a troll, but has a good heart. Only now with blue arms and a scarf. Tails is a gadgeteer genius like his normal counterpart, but at times it feels more exaggerated, like when the fox goes gaga over Eggman's robot. Eggman himself, from what I've seen, is closer to the adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog Robotnik in terms of goofiness, but there are still plenty of elements that make Eggman, Eggman, and I do like his military uniform. Orbot and Cubot, jury's still out, but I'm assuming that they have the same personalities as their game counterparts. That's an assumption at this time, folks. Amy Rose has the biggest change from her main self. She's the brains of the outfit, coming up with plans that ultimately save the day. It's like they took Sally Acorn's tactical skills and placed them inside Amy. I hear Amy's crush on Sonic is still present in the Boom universe, but I haven't seen it yet. Styx the Badger, the newcomer. People say she's annoying, especially with the voice. In print, she's tolerable. A bit quirky, but that's part of her character. And finally, we have Knuckles. Big, beefy Knuckles. He's an idiot.
Shut up!
I'm serious. Look at these panels. Even with the situation clearly explained to him, he still doesn't get it. He makes mainstream Knuckles look like Einstein. Is this a trait of Boom Knuckles in the cartoon and in the games? I hope it's not a recurring thing in the comics, especially with the bantering between him and Amy Rose. And I do admit Amy Rose was a little bit nasty, but still, Knuckles is partly to blame for not catching on to things. Now, Boom Knuckles might be smarter than he looks, but I haven't seen it yet. Evan Stanley has the honor of penciling the first issue, and she does a great job, capturing the goofy tone and those wacky facial expressions. In the end, Sonic Boom Issue 1 gets an 8.5. A good start, but the Knuckles thing was too much. But it does lead into the next issue. So, Eggman and Knuckles, huh? What kind of craziness will happen here? We'll find out next month. So, until then, have a good day, folks, and be safe.
If you're strong, you can fly, you can reach the other side of the rainbow. It's alright, take a chance.